Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Winterset High School for tonight's Winterset Huskies softball matchup between your Winterset Huskies. 14-7, ranked 8th in the latest Class 4A polls as of 20 minutes ago that just came out, taking on the Class 4A Raccoon River Conference foes in the Bondurant-Farrar Blue Jays. Good evening, everyone. Blake Walker with you here this evening from Winterset High School. A beautiful night at the ballpark. It was a hot day, but it's Iowa weather, which means it's weird, which means it's not really humid. It's been one of those weird summer days where the humidity just hasn't been there. But it's been hot, and it has been dry, and luckily in this part of the state, not a lot of smoky skies. But where I'm from, in Grinnell, it was definitely smoky all day. Luckily, none of that has made it down to here. We got a good one on tap tonight. 14-7 Winterset, 11-9 Bondurant. These two teams played each other just a couple weeks ago back on May 24th. Winterset got the victory 4-1 on the road against the Blue Jays for their first win of the season. The Huskies coming off a tough loss last night to North Polk, who just jumped up to number 4 in the Class 4A rankings. Tough loss to the Comets. The Comets and Carlisle look like they're going to run the conference. Carlisle in the new rankings just got out. They are now first in Class 4A. They have jumped DCG, Fort Dodge, Norwalk, Indianola. Carlisle beat Ankeny Centennial, the number 1 team in Class 5A. The Wildcats are now the number 1 team in the conference and look to be one of the top teams to beat in the state of Iowa. North Polk right there with them. Winterset sits 3rd in the conference, still trying to catch up, but still there's a lot of softball left to be played. We missed, or when you were on with us the other night, Winterset took on Sadell. It was a walk-off victory for the Huskies, who rallied in the 7th inning to defeat the Eagles 4-3. Wins against Carroll and Knoxville have also filled in their last 5-game slate. As for Bondurant, last night they got the victory against Ballard 4-0. Lost to Des Moines Roosevelt back on the 13th, so 2 days ago. Roosevelt, a pretty tricky team in the Iowa Alliance Conference up in Des Moines, 4-3 loss. Wins against Lennox and Atlantic, and then lost to a pretty good Earlham team, 4-3 as well. So a lot of softball right in a couple days in a row for these two teams. Bondurant looking for their first win against the Huskies since 2020 when they beat the Huskies 5-4. The Huskies have won 5 straight ever since. Bondurant led by Mallory Nickel, the freshman, the hard-hitting freshman. 377 batting average for Nickel. She's going to be one to watch tonight, as well as Winterset's Nayla Applegate. Obviously has been one of the top hitters in Class 4A with a 541 batting average, couple RBIs. The pitching should be interesting tonight as well, as in the circle tonight for Winterset will be Molly Breeding, so we get to see more of Molly tonight. She's had a couple pretty good outings lately, trying to put things together and can get a big victory here tonight. And then for Bondurant, it's Jackie Boss, the junior. She has 7 wins this season and an ERA of 2.76. So should be a very fun night of competitive softball with the Huskies and the Blue Jays, a Raccoon River Conference matchup that I think a lot of people have been waiting for. Good crowd on hand. Great outfield presence for both teams, Bondurant and Winterset alike, and good crowd here at the stands tonight as well, with temperatures in about the 80-degree mark. Starting here just a little after 7:30. The first game that was played tonight went a little long, so it kind of pushed our schedule back. But either way, we're going to get some good softball off and running with Winterset and Bondurant. We'll step aside just for a quick second, and we'll be back for our starting lineups on the Winterset Huskies digital network.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's Raccoon River Conference varsity softball game between our visitors, the Blue Jays from Bondurant-Farrar High School, and your Winterset Huskies. Again this year, we are committed to maintaining the highest level of sportsmanship possible at all athletic events. We join the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union in asking every fan to be courteous and considerate of our neighbors in the stands by what we say and what we do. Please welcome tonight's umpires, George Harwood and Jeff Osborne. Let's meet the starting lineups. First for the visiting Blue Jays. At third base, number 21, Mallory Nickel. The center fielder, number 14, Maya Elliott. The designated player, number 2, Chloe Thurlby. The right fielder, number 11, Peyton West. The pitcher, number 23, Jackie Boss. Playing first base, number 17, Lexi Havlovic. Playing second base, number 13, Gracie Forney. The left fielder, number 26, Addie Gross. The shortstop, number 22, Nikayla Davis. And the flex player catching tonight, number 12, Madison Molly. The head coach for the Blue Jays is Chris Baker. She is assisted by Mary Grace Hupfeld, Brooke Fondley, and Kim Howell. And now the starting lineup for your Winterset Huskies. Leading off and playing left field, number 2, Avery Darling. Batting second and playing second base, number 10, McKenna Olson. Batting third, the shortstop, number 12, Neela Applegate. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 18, Bryn Acton. Batting fifth, the pitcher, number 25, Molly Breeding. The designated player, number 24, Summer Little. Playing third, number 14, Bailey Acton. Batting eighth and playing right field, number 1, Ashlyn Devine. Batting ninth, the center fielder, number 15, Allie Soderberg. And the flex player, the catcher, number 31, Carly Akers. The Huskies are coached by head coach Steve Corcoran. He's assisted by Jen Devine, Abby Williams, Anita Smith, and Taylor Benshoff. At this time, would you please stand, if able, and join us in honoring our country with the playing of the national anthem.
Alrighty, so we are ready for softball. It's the Huskies of Winterset, 14-7, taking on the Bondurant Blue Jays of Bondurant, 11-9. Bondurant-Farrar, I should say. Sometimes you get the BF in there, sometimes you just get the Bondurant. Either way, Bondurant-Farrar. Molly Breeding will lead us off in the circle tonight for the Huskies. The junior making her 11th start, 17th appearance overall. Both her and Brandon have made 17 appearances total. They've been pretty even all throughout the year. Molly with an 8-4 record, 63 innings pitched. That's just 1 inning pitched more than Bryn has. 64 hits, 32 runs. She's only walked 13, 62 strikeouts, and a 2.20 ERA. Her and Bryn combined only giving up 2.23 ERA total for the Huskies. So we'll see how things shape out for her tonight in the circle versus a Bondurant team that has had an up-and-down season. They lost a lot of seniors the last couple seasons, but starting to put things back together. Coach Chris Baker getting things moving again, and Bondurant just feels like on any given night could beat anybody. Just kind of one of those things. Winterset will be in all white tonight, and Bondurant will be on their blue and whites this evening as we roll along. Mallory Nickel, the freshman third baseman, will lead off the Blue Jays. A 377 hitter who leads the team in at-bats with 61, 23 hits and 61 of those at-bats, 7 RBIs. Breeding's first pitch is inside and bounces off Carly Akers' glove, and it will roll back to the backstop for a ball. No wind to be heard of tonight. The Flags are an absolute standstill in the outfield. We've seen the wind be a little bit effective here on both Monday and Tuesday, but nothing going here as that one's given a ride out to left field. That one's going to drop. A little bit of miscommunication by the outfielders. Throw on to second will be not in time as Nickel just slid in last second. And it looked like Applegate or Acton was trying to come in, and Darling, they just didn't know who was going to go get it. And it drops down, and Bondurant's on with a double to start the evening. Maya Elliott, the center fielder, into the box now for the Blue Jays. Elliott, a senior, 352 hitter. She's going to lay a bunt down. It drops right into Molly Breeding's lap. And she is out. No, she's safe. I thought for a second she was out, but Breeding kind of tossed it in a weird way. They're going to challenge it, but she might be safe because it looked like Bryn Acton came off the bag. She kind of did a weird hop to go get it. Yeah, she's safe. So runners will be at the corners, and almost the first one wasn't an error, but a couple errors here. That's definitely an error. So Elliott reaches on an error. And in 2 at-bats, pretty much 3 pitches, Bondurant's got runners at the corners with nobody out. And Chloe Thirlby steps into the box. First pitch she sees is low for a ball. Thirlby, a sophomore, 433 hitter, 4 RBIs on the season. 13 hits and 30 at-bats. Hasn't played and started in all games. There's a bunt laid down. Throw on to first. They're going to get both runners for 2 outs. Well, I guess whatever works is whatever works, but for some reason, Bondurant just didn't go to second. I don't know why. She just turned around, and it's a double out, so it's a double play technically. And now with Peyton West, the right fielder, she'll step up to bat. The runner remains on third. There's a swing and a miss for a foul back. Peyton West, 314 hitter on the year, 11 hits, 1 double, 5 RBIs. That was a really weird situation. The runner on first, Maya Elliott, just didn't take off to second. She could have easily done it, but instead she decided to turn around and come back to first. Oh, 1 pitch, catches the zone. Good frame by Akers. And quickly behind 0-2. Boy, it was 3 pitches and runners at the corners, and Winterset's going to try to get out of this half inning, giving up nothing. After 2, the first hit really wasn't an error technically, but they definitely had an error on that second at bat. 0-2, this is skied upward. Right fielder gets underneath of it, and the catch is made, and that'll do it for the half inning. Well, 1's left on. They had runners at the corners at one point, but Winterset escapes an almost nightmarish first inning. We'll see in the bottom of the first. 0-0 is your score. Welcome back to the Winterset Huskies Digital Network. Blake Walker with you here this evening. Bottom one is done. It was pretty chaotic. We're into the bottom of the first inning, and this is Jackie Boss, the head pitcher here for the Bondurant Blue Jays, making her 14th start on the season, 15th appearance, so she's only had to come in and relieve once. Her and Chloe Thurlby do the pitching duties. Jackie Boss, 86 innings pitched this season, giving up 82 hits, 109 strikeouts, 2.76 ERA. So she's got the strikeout numbers up there, that's for sure, over 100. We'll see what she can do here in the circle as Avery Darling steps into the box. And her batting average just keeps going up. 397 here. I think she started the week in the 380s and is just kind of slowly but surely working her way back up. Left fielder, speedy left fielder for the Huskies. 23 hits this year, 7 RBIs. 2 of those 23 are doubles. She grounds that one right to the first baseman. It's caught on the hop and stepped on to first by Lexi Havlik, and that's out for out number 1. Kendall Olson, the second baseman, steps into the box. Boy, she has just picked it up recently. 290 hitting average as a sophomore, 9 hits, all of which are singles, but timely of hits. She grounds that one down the third base line. That should be fair, and it is. Yeah, Olson. And that's going to be a hit for McKenna Olson. Right down the left field line, and it will be a single. Like I said, just timely hitting for her. Neela Applegate, the shortstop, into the box now. Neela has done everything you'd want out of a hitter of her caliber. 61 at-bats, 33 hits. If you do the math, she's hitting the ball half the time she's up to the plate. Not as many walks, 7 walks. And a couple home runs, 3 home runs to be exact. 19 RBIs, which leads the team. And with a runner on first and 1 out, got to be feeling good about this one. She's played and started in all 20 games for the Huskies. 1-0 pitch to her goes upstairs by Boss. Again, with no win this evening, I think it was either Monday or Tuesday night, Neela could have had a couple home runs. Just couldn't quite find the rhythm. Huskies are a bit on a home run drought. They haven't hit one in about a couple weeks. As Applegate, as I say that, gives it a ride to left field and it just goes foul. But they've been stuck at 8 home runs as a team for about a couple weeks. They were really hot to start the season. They've cooled off a little bit. Two balls, 2 strikes, runner on first with 1 out. 2-2 pitch by Boss. That one driven right back up the middle by Applegate. Step on to second for 1. On to first, and the double play is made. How about the play by the infield of Bondurant? And the shortstop making the heck of a play, Nikayla Davis. We are headed to the bottom of the first. Winterset and top second, Bondurant and Winterset tied at 0. Welcome back to the Winterset Huskies Digital Network. We are in the top of the second inning. 0-0 is your score. Jackie Boss, the pitcher, will step into the box here for the Blue Jays. Bondurant got runners at the corners, could not do anything with it. at one point. A quick double play was turned, and then the runner on third could not come home. Boss, 351 hitter this season, 14 singles, 20 hits total, 2 home runs, 13 RBIs. Her 2 home runs lead the team. Bondurant as a total, 4 home runs total. Lexi Havlovic has a home run along with her teammate, Brooklyn Robin, who is not in the starting lineup tonight. 2 balls and no strikes here for Molly Breeding in the circle. And third pitch is in there for a strike. Bondurant remained number 8 in the Class 4A polls. Just came out today. Just came out about an hour ago. No movement for the Huskies. 2-1 pitch by Breeding. That one drops in there for strike 2. Carlisle and North Polk, a couple other teams in the Raccoon River that are ranked, and Gilbert, who beat Winterset last week, they are ranked now at the 12th position after not being ranked this season. Boss swings and fouls this one back into the net. Count remains even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Huskies head up to Harlan Sports Rogers Complex tomorrow and Saturday for a tournament, as Boss gives that a ride to left field shallow, and it'll be a foul ball. But yeah, a tournament over in Fort Dodge, a lot of big heavy hitting teams. Ankeny could play Ankeny again for the 3rd time this year. Obviously Fort Dodge, a lot of teams across all different classes going to be up at that tournament. Winterset won that tournament last season. Jackie Boss gives this thing a ride to left field, and Avery Darling gets underneath of it and makes the grab for out number 1. Lexi Havlovic, the first baseman, steps into the box. Havlovic, there you go. 8th grader into the box. Making her 10th start of the season, so hasn't started and played in all games. She holds back on that one. No strike called. It'll be a ball. 7 hits this year, 3 singles, 3 doubles, and a home run, 6 RBIs, and a .241 batting average. This Bondurant team, not a bad hitting team, but one of the things that really gets them is strikeouts. They've struck out one of the most struck out teams in the Raccoon River. 100 strikeouts as a team coming into tonight. One, swing and a miss. Nice rise ball by Breeding. In there for strike 2. Nobody on, 1 out here for Bondurant. One-two pitch by Breeding. Low, can't quite get it there. Count runs even at 2-2. Again, Bondurant had runners at the corners in the first, couldn't quite do anything with it. 2-2, foul tip back. We've seen 2 double plays in 2 innings, or 2 half innings here. So both defenses being pretty active so far. Breeding will settle back in. Count remains at 2-2. And this one skied up shallow left field. Acton roams underneath and makes the grab for out number 2. Gracie Forney, the second baseman. She'll try her luck in the box here.
Now batting the second baseman, number 13, Gracie Forney.
Forney, a freshman. Another freshman hasn't started in every game, making her 15th start, 16th appearance overall in 19 games that they have played. A .242 batting average, 5 hits, 1 of which a double and 2 RBIs. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here for Forney in the box. A 1 by Breeding. Misses just low. Count goes even at 1-1. Bondurant coming off a win last night against the Bombers of Ballard. Winterset the loss last night to North Polk on the road. There's a hard swing and a miss. Good slider by Breeding. And there for strike 2. Breeding trying to get the punch out here. 1 ball and 2 strikes. On the way by Molly. Out and away. Akers couldn't quite get up to it, and the count stays, or goes to 3-2, I think, because it was a ball. We'll see here. I think it should be 3-2. I think. Umpire's not giving us a call, so we're going to say 3-2. Swing and a miss, it doesn't matter. Strike 3 on Forney, and Breeding with her first strikeout of the evening. We're at bottom 2, 0-0 is your score. You're watching the Winterset Huskies Digital Network. Welcome back to the Winterset Huskies Digital Network. It is Winterset and Bondurant, still no score between these two, as we have made it to the bottom of the second inning. Update from the baseball side, 0-0 is your score in the second. So into the box, Bryn Acton. Acton lines it right to the second baseman. Throw on to first in time for out number 1. Both infields have played really well so far tonight. Molly Breeding into the box here. Molly this season pretty solid at the plate. .317 hitter, 17 hits, 2 home runs, 12 RBIs. She grounds that one right to the third baseman. Long throw across, and the catch is made for out number 2. 2 pitches, 2 outs. Moving right along here. Bondurant's defense, again, holding pretty tough here. Brings up Summer Little. Ball and no strikes. Trying to keep up with my scoring chart. I had my chart all messed up here. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss by Little. So then if Summer's going 6th, that means Bailey should be 7th if my calculations are correct. 1-1. Upstairs pitch by Boss. Summer Little this season, .346 batting average, 18 hits, 2 home runs, and 11 RBIs for her total. Just struck out 5 times. 2-1 is chopped awkwardly foul down the left field line. Ken Olson with the only hit tonight for the Huskies here in the first 1.5 innings. Trying to add something else here on offense. Huskies have been able to swing the bats just a little bit more here as the season's gone on. Obviously, not the best night hitting-wise last night, but that one's chopped back foul again for Little. Still a lot of softball to be played, about half the month left. Still got quite a few tournaments left. Everybody's got different amount of games played, but all leading up to sub-states. 2-2 inside, and the count will run full at 3-2. That's another thing for the Huskies. If you can hold yourself in that top 8 category, it helps you possibly host a home playoff game all the way through, possibly, with 8 different sub-states, depending on how you go. As that one's lined into left field, that's going to be down for a hit, and Summer Little is on with a single. But it also could help you at the state tournament level because they go by ranking of that. So, actually, Summer Little's bat broke, which she hit the handle of it so many times on the ball that her bat broke, and I just looked over on first base at Summer's reaction. She looks kind of bummed. She's like, "Are you kidding me? It's my bat." And these aren't like the wooden bats. I mean, they don't break easy. Odd. 2 outs and a runner on first now with Summer Little, and this is Bailey Acton in the box now. I don't know if I've ever seen a bat break in high school, now that I think about it. Yeah, Molly's, or Summer's bat broke. Yeah, it'll get you. You never see it. 0-1, line back up the middle. Center fielder can't get there. Little holds at second, and you're going to have runners on first and second. Good effort, though, in center field by Maya Elliott. Just couldn't quite get there. And Acton is on with a single, and runners will be at first and second with Ashlyn Devine up to bat. Ashlyn's starting to put together a couple more solid at-bats. She's up the average to 288. At one point, she was in the 100s this season, but she's starting to figure it out. The sophomore with 15 hits, 12 RBIs, 1 triple. She's played and started in all 20 games. Upstairs on the rise ball, 4-1. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. 1 good hit could score a run here. 1 ball and no strikes. Devine gives it a ride to left field. Left fielder underneath of it to make the grab. 2 left on, nobody scores. We are headed to the third. 0-0 is your score. You're watching the Winterset Huskies Digital Network. Welcome back to the Winterset Huskies Digital Network. We are in the top of the third inning. Bondurant and Winterset tied at 0 apiece. Addie Gross, the left fielder, will step into the batter's box. Addie this season A 330, or excuse me, 290 hitter. 9 hits this year, all of which are singles, 2 RBIs for Grosk. Chopper down to first, and it's dropped. Soderberg, or excuse me, Olsen came over and just could not make the grab, and that is the second error on first base tonight by the Huskies. I can almost guarantee you, because Bryn had to get low to get out of the way for the throw by Bailey, I think it, my guess is it might have thrown her off. So an unfortunate scenario right there, and Bondurant gets on first. The second time tonight they've gotten on base due to an error. Foul tip back. Which the Huskies the last couple days or last couple games, they started the season a couple errors, kind of rough. They've cleaned them up tonight, just a little bit behind so far. But a lot of games played in a row, and it continues into tomorrow. So low bunt tried, not going to work. That's strike 2 for Grosk. Addie, just a junior, played and started in 15 games, played in, now 16. Now she started in her 14th game. Struck out 8 times. She's walked twice. She fouls this one back behind right field. Count remains at 0-2. Runner on first with nobody out here for the Blue Jays. Someone trying to strike first tonight. 0-2 pitch by Breeding is upstairs and misses up top for ball 1. One thing to keep an eye out for tonight with Bondurant is the ability to steal bases. That one's lined deep to left field. That's going to get past Avery Darling. Runner turns on it from second. She'll hold at third, and it is a stand-up double. And a heck of a play there by, that was Nikayla Davis out there. I don't know how I didn't catch Nikayla there, but it's the second double of the night for the Blue Jays, and Mallory Nickel, who hit the first double tonight, she steps up into the box with runners on second and third and nobody out. 36 stolen bases this year for Bondurant, something to keep an eye on tonight. That one slapped down the left field line and foul. So the Blue Jays really catching the ball on the bat, seeing it well here early. With Nickel in the box. Nickel, the freshman, 377 hitter this season. 23 hits, 17 singles, 6 doubles, and 7 RBIs. Trying to bring a couple home here to start. She'll go for the bunt and misses. They get the runner back on third. Addie Grosk was already starting to fly home. Lucky she didn't get it back. Breeding could use the quick out here and at least get one down for the Huskies. 0-2. That one reached out and went to go get it. It's foul. I don't know how Nickel got there, but she did. Mallory Nickel, third baseman, settles back in. 0-2 count by Breeding. Foul tips it back. Breeding trying to settle in here. Get things rolling. 0-2. That one's chopped short. Throw back to home, and she is safe. Breeding through too high, and Akers couldn't get there. And the umpire calls her safe, and everybody's safe as runners advance to first and third. So the bunt works in their favor. And the Bondurant Blue Jays take a 1-0 lead. Molly couldn't believe it in the circle. I don't know if you got a replay on that, Alan, but it was close. I think Akers just couldn't get down in time. But nonetheless, runners will be safe at first and third. Here comes another bunt laid back. Maya Elliott here in the box now. Again, still nobody out. Just a good heads-up play by Bondurant to leave and make sure to get to home in time. Blue Jays looking good here early. 0-1. Slap down the left field line. That will drop fair. Just barely catches the chalk line, and Bondurant leads 2-0. It's an RBI single for Maya Elliott. And we saw in that Clark game last week, Breeding struggled early, and quickly Coach Corcoran pulled her to make a change, but I gotta believe that Bryn Acton probably pitched a lot last night against North Polk, so I don't know if Coach Corcoran wants to go to Bryn already, but Breeding trying to find a rhythm here in the circle with no balls and now 1 strike and still nobody out. Runners on first and second here for the Blue Jays. Just an uncharacteristic start. Couple errors by Winterset and just a couple misplays. 0-1 outside and misses. Bondurant's tipping the pitches over on second base. We saw Sadell do that a couple nights ago. Didn't really help the Eagles at all, but it is a technique that you can use. Oh, 1. This one popped back foul. Akers underneath of it makes the grab for out number 3. They'll go back to third base and make the tag. They'll go back to second, try to make the tag. She is safe. And Bondurant gets aggressive, and it doesn't work. That is 2 outs, though, so much needed 2 outs. That was Chloe Thurlby there. There's the out at third, and just missing the play at second. So Peyton West, the right fielder, will step into the box. So runner up on scoring position in second with West, and there's a strike. West popped out her first time tonight. I was surprised Bondurant got so aggressive there, but nobody was back on third. It was a foot race to third, and Bondurant was able to get, or Winterset was able to get there first. 0-1. That one line down the right field line. That's going to be fair. Runner turns on it from third. Play at the plate is not in time, and it is 3-0. An RBI single for Peyton West down the right field line. And the Blue Jays have jumped out swinging here early. Jackie Boss now into the box. She popped out her first time tonight. Boss, ooh, got a ride on it. Just foul down the left field line. Breeding trying to get comfortable here in the circle. 0-1. That one drops just high, misses. 1 ball and 1 strike. Addie Grosk led us off with reaching on an error, then Nikayla Davis with a double, Nickel with a single, Maya Elliott with a single. Thurlby was popped out. West got to first down the line. It's just been a hit and miss type of inning for Bondurant. It's working really well so far, with a 3-0 advantage. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Foul back behind us. I got Bondurant for 5 hits unofficially here and then 2 errors, so technically you could give them 7 if you wanted. 1-2 pitch by Breeding. Misses low, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runner on first and 2 outs here for the Blue Jays. Trying to extend this lead here. 2-2, grounded, gets past the third baseman Acton. That's going to be down for a hit. 6 hits tonight in just 3 innings for Bondurant. And Lexi Havlovic will step into the box. And I think we're going to have a pitch runner here for Lexi Boss. Number 25, Claire Mislon. The sophomore will pitch run here on first base. So Claire Mislon, the sophomore, who has 7 stolen bases, leads the team in stolen bases, is on first base. This one sent shallow left field. Darling's underneath of it and makes the grab for out number 3. Bondurant plates 3 and explodes here in the third. They lead 3-0 over Winterset. We'll see you in the bottom of the third. You're watching the Winterset Huskies Digital Network. Welcome back to the Winterset Huskies Digital Network. Bondurant on top of Winterset 3-0 is your score. Allie Soderberg will lead us off here in the bottom of the third. Huskies looking for some offense here. Just 2 hits to Winterset 6 is how we sit so far. See the starting lineup on your page there. Avery is spelt with an E. That's the only thing I got wrong on that one. Shout out to Alan with our graphics. Great. Avery, darling. Left fielder. This one's bunted and foul down the right field line. Soderberg this season played and started in all 20 games in the batting category. 143 average, 4 hits this year, all of which are singles. 2 RBIs for her. Upstairs, 1 ball and 1 strike. She's walked 3 times, only been struck out 5. The infield is playing in, and I mean in. The third baseman is way in, anticipating a bunt. 1-1, Soderberg goes out and swings in front of it for strike 2. Bondurant explodes in the third. The several amount of hits, and now has Winterset behind, trying to rally. 1-2. Soderberg goes out and reaches for it for a strike. Which we saw that in that Sadell game. Had to come from behind. We saw that against Clark. Had to come from behind. They were down 3-0 against Clark. Came all the way back and won. So it's not unknown territory for the Huskies, but I'm sure they'd love to just be up and not have to worry about it. 1-2 on the way to Soderberg. She fouls it back into the net. Drops just in front of the net, actually. Allie's going to hold on here for a longer at-bat. Nobody out and nobody on. 1-2, Soderberg. Pop short, good catch by the shortstop. Out for out number 1. We're back to the top of the batting order. Avery Darling. She popped out in her first at-bat of the evening in the first inning. Left fielder up to bat here. Looking to get the offense some sort of momentum or get something clicking here to get the bats moving just a little bit more. 1 out and nobody on. Darling's first pitch is in there for a strike against Boss. Kenna Olson on deck. She doubled or singled to left field last time she was up. She's just one of 2 hits that the Huskies have tonight. 0-1, Darling gives it a ride to right field, and that's going to drop down for a hit, goes all the way against the fence line. Darling going to turn on it from second. She's going to use her blazing speed to go for a stand-up triple. That thing did not stand a chance when it bounced all the way to the fence line, and Darling, with her first triple of the year, doesn't seem like it would be her first, but it is. It's her first triple of the season. And with one out, Winterset has a player in a perfect position to score with McKenna Olson up to bat. I couldn't see it, but it must just barely went fair as Olson calls time. Singled to left in her first at-bat. Second baseman's been pretty good at second base tonight. And ever since he's moved into that position, first pitch she sees is low for ball 1. McKenna, an 8th grader, twin sister to Macy, who's also gotten some playing time on the hitting side. 10 hits this year for McKenna, all of which are singles, 290 batting average, just 2 strikeouts. She's been walked 3 times. Strike in there. They try to get Darling back on third. They can't. Well, that could have been a dangerous throw going back the other way. They do catch a break. That throw goes wide, at least. 1 ball, 1 strike. Olson, did she go? They're not even going to check. She did not go, so 2-1. Nope, he'll go out. Yep, he'll just check. Just wanted to check. Did she go? Did she not? She did not. She holds back. 2 balls and 1 strike with 1 out. And Darling up on third. Boss, 2-1 pitch, right back up the middle. It bounces off of Boss's glove. That's going to be down for a single. As the second baseman was going instinctively to the middle, but since it bounced off Jackie's glove, that was not the right base path, and Winterset scores on an RBI single for McKenna Olson. Boy, she is just finding ways to grab hits, and she's been so impressive. Neela Applegate, the shortstop, into the box with a runner on first. She'll call time. Neela leading the team in everything when it comes to hitting. 33 hits. That's 10 more than the next closest, Bryn Acton, coming into tonight. 27 singles, 2 doubles, 1 triple, 3 home runs. That leads the team. 19 RBIs and a .541 batting average. She almost had a home run the other night if it wasn't for the wind. 1-0. Low in dirt. Gets stopped by the catcher. Holds back for 2 balls and no strikes. She's also walked 7 times, which is second most on the team behind Ashlyn Devine with 8. She popped out in the first, struggled a little bit against Sadell on Tuesday night, a couple strikeouts. She holds back and it's 3-0. Again, I always say it, but with the loss of Jenna Young coming into this season, Neela has been a bright spot for the Huskies in terms of coming in and making up that ground, especially at shortstop as well. 3-0 pitch. She does not even go, and that will be a holdback. Still 1 out and a walk by Neela Applegate. Brings on Bryn Acton. Looks like we're going to have time called here. Chris Baker's going to go out and have a chat with her infield as Bryn will come up to bat. Obviously, Bryn on first base duties tonight. Most of the time pitching with Molly Breeding, but Bryn kind of nursing shin splints and trying to heal up here. So out of the quick timeout, 1 out, runners on first and second. Bondurant put up 3 in the third. Winterset's trying to respond here with Bryn Acton in the circle. 12 RBIs this year for the sophomore, 1 home run. Swings through that one and misses for strike one. Huskies not a stealing base type of team. They only have down 4 stolen bases on the year. I don't know how accurate that is, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty dang close. Huskies just not one to steal bases this year. That one's going to be dropped right past the gap and right. They're going to turn on it from third, play at the plate. There's not even a chance. Bondurant didn't even throw it in. It's an RBI single for Brent Acton, and Bondurant gives it up. Winterset within 1. Molly Breeding in the box now with still runners on first and second. I don't know if the right fielder didn't know that they were going to try and go to third, but they did, or go from home, I should say, and they didn't throw it in. So Huskies will take it. Good response here. 3-2 is your score. Bass misses for a ball, or Boss misses for a ball. 2 outs or 1 out, 2 on. I will say, if it is a smoky sky, you get a nice sunset. It's not even a sunset, as that one goes all the way away from the catcher, and runners will be on second and third now. But it's not much of a sunset, but it's a nice, you can just see the sun out in left field. That's it. Smoky skies, it looks like, over toward the west. Can't beat it. 2-0. Low make it 3-0. And Bondurant, who on the hitting side has undoubtedly been figuring it out. They got a good side on offense. We could be in for a barn burner in terms of hits here, because now Winterset's starting to figure things out hitting side as well. 3-0 pitch to Breeding. She wasn't going to swing anyway. In there for strike one. Runners on second and third, 1 out, 3-1. Outside, Breeding walks, and the bases will go loaded. An Allie Soderberg pop-out was how we started the inning, and ever since then it was a Darling triple, McKenna Olsen single, Neela Applegate walk, Brent Acton single, and a Molly Breeding walk. And now Summer Little steps into the box. We're going to have a courtesy runner here for your pitcher, Molly Breeding. And it looks like number 30, Bristol Tadlock. So Bristol will run on first, and the bases are loaded with 1 out here. See how the Huskies approach this. Summer could just jack a no-doubt grand slam, and we figure it out easy, but Summer's capable of it. 2 home runs this year, 11 RBIs. First pitch she sees is in there for strike one. Good pitch by Jackie Boss. Runners cover the base paths with 1 out. Winterset 3-2 trailing. How about Boss? Changeup floats in there for a strike. That was pretty nice. No balls, 2 strikes on the way to Little. Summer pops it short. Boss catches it. They throw on to third and can't get the runner. It probably could have gone back to first and maybe gotten it. But they catch a break, and runners will be at the corners for Bailey Acton, who singled up the middle her first time out tonight. Good response, though, by Winterset, trailing 3-0 coming into this half inning. I said before, they've had a couple rallies in the last 2 weeks with Clark and Sadell. They're not easy to give up. Acton chops it short. This is going to be a tough play. Throw on to first. In time. Safe. Just in time to get to the bag. How about the play by Bailey Acton to stretch it out? Yeah, she is safe just in time. A single for Bailey Acton, RBI single. And we're tied at 3. Ashlyn Devine up to bat. She popped out her first time this evening. Bases are loaded once again. That one up and away for ball 1. Allie Soderberg, who started us out in this half inning, is up in deck right now. 1-0. Devine holds back. This is the person you want at the plate. 288 hitter, but she's walked 8 times, leads the team in walks. Ashland stays patient. 15 hits this year, 1 triple, 12 RBIs. 2-0 pitch. That one's in there. Good pitch by Boss. Boy, credit to the Huskies. Defensively, was not looking so hot, but offensively, they have stepped it up here. It's that Avery Darling triple that got things going. 2-1. Ooh, did she hold back? No, she didn't. That's strike 2. Easy call there for the umpire. Boss trying to get out of here, still with a tie game. 2-2. Pitch on the way. Devine grounds it back short, and it gets past the second baseman. 2 will score as Bondurant just can't seem to grab it, and the Huskies take a 5-3 lead. They wanted interference, I think. I don't know what you call that. I don't think you do either. Take a look at the replay. Well, it was behind. Alan, can you run that back one more time? Oh, you missed it. Okay, never mind. I don't know what they're going to call here. The second baseman was coming down, but I don't know. She kind of stopped. I don't know how you call it, because the second baseman came down as the runner on first was going to second anyway. I think it's just a softball play. Because I even think the runner that was running was slowing down. Corcoran's going to come over and maybe give his 2 cents. I don't know how you call this. Unless you were truly looking at it. Yeah, everybody's safe, so no interference. I think that's the right call. And 5-3 as Devine gets credited with a single. And just like that, we're back to Allie Soderberg, who led us off here in the bottom of the 3rd. Boy, buckle up. We might be in for a lot of runs tonight. There was a game last night. Garner Hayfield Ventura beat Forest City 35-25. I don't think we'll get to that amount of scoring, but 35-25 in a softball game. Apparently it lasted 3 hours. I cannot imagine a game like that. 1 ball, no strikes, runners on first and second here for Bondurant, or for Winterset. A 5 spot here in the bottom of the 3rd. Soderberg takes a ball low, 2 balls and no strikes. Huskies came into this inning with 2 hits. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 already. And now both teams even in hits. Strike 1 right down the middle for Boss. 2-1. What a wild one this has been, only in 3 innings. Winterset tipping off a couple pitches here. Soderberg grounds it short. Third baseman hops onto third. And that'll end the inning. But Bondurant can't get the Huskies stopped on offense or on defense. Winterset, 5 spot in the bottom of the 3rd. They lead 5-3 over Bondurant. We'll see you in the top of the 4th. Welcome back to the Winterset Huskies Digital Network. What a wild, wild 3rd inning. Bondurant puts up 3 to make it 3-0, and then Winterset responds with a 5 spot. to make it 5-3. Welcome to the 4th inning. Winterset on top of Bondurant. I believe we're at the top of the batting order. Where are we at? Gracie Forney is right here. So Bondurant almost went around last time. Molly Breeding still in the circle. First pitch by her is upstairs for a ball. Forney, a freshman, 167 hitter coming into tonight. She'll swing through that one and miss for strike one. It is an active night here at the ballpark. A lot of people here on the softball side, a lot of people on the baseball side. There's a bunch of kids playing baseball on this practice field over here. All sorts of action here. Swing and a miss for strike two. Winterset does have a good youth program when it comes to both baseball and softball. You wonder why teams are good in a sport for so many years. That's why. That's the key. Start them young. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Gracie Forney strikes out for her second time tonight. And Addison Grosk, the left fielder, reached on an error for her first time tonight. So tongue-tied this evening. One out, nobody on here for the Blue Jays. Gross reached on the error, like I said last time. First pitch by Breeding is low for ball one. Addie, a 290 hitter, 9 hits this season, all of which are singles. She's played in now 16 games, making her 14th start of the 23 campaign. She goes for a bunt, and that misses for ball two. Two balls and no strikes here, one out. Rosk swings through and misses for strike two. Next time you'll catch us in action is next Tuesday. One home game next week for the Huskies. Dowling Catholic, the Maroons, come to Winterset. Should be a tough battle with the good CIML team. Bunt is laid, throw on to first is in time. Boy, Addie slipped just a little bit on the dirt, and I think she knows it too. She probably would have been safe, but just slips on the dirt. Nikayla Davis into the box. She doubled to center field last time up. But it sounds crazy. We're already nearing in. We're already past halfway of our broadcast this season. As Dowling Catholic next Tuesday, then we're off the rest of the week as the first pitch to Davis is there for a strike. Then we're back on June 27th. Norwalk comes to town. That is going to be a thriller. Norwalk is such a good program this year. 8 a.m. to follow that night on Wednesday. Thursday, so you get 3 in a row, June 29th, Gilbert comes to town as that one's lined into left field, and Davis is going to be on with a single. 2 hits for her tonight. Winterset's going to be looking for revenge against the Gilbert Tigers, and then that's it. That's our last home game of the season in terms of regular season. And then from my understanding, playoffs start the 6th, if I think. And then the regional final would be the 11th. Again, we'll have to check how all that shapes out, but schedule's changed a little bit because of that dead week that they threw in, so. Ball is low for ball one. This is Mallory Nickel. She's hit a double the left field line in the first and a single blooper in the third. Again, just feels like we're in for one of those high-scoring affairs tonight. This one's popped up, shallow center, and it's dropped by the center fielder. Runner advances from second to third. And I think once again, Soderberg came in. That was just miscommunication again. McKenna Olson came flying in, and Soderberg, I don't think they really said who was going to go get it. And runners will be at the corners here with 2 outs. I'll count that as an error because Soderberg, I think, could have gotten there. That's 3 errors tonight that I got marked down for the Huskies. Maya Elliott, she reached on an error in the first, singled in the third. Outside for ball one. One of those nights, first of 10 wins. Elliott, that's driven on a line to third, and that's going to be down for a hit. Soderberg couldn't get there. They'll advance the runners, and it is an RBI double for Maya Elliott. The hits just keep on coming. And it looks like Coach Corcoran's going to come out, and we're going to have a pitching change. So Molly Breeding is done, and Bryn Acton will come in and take over pitching duties. As it also looks like we're going to have a new hitter here for Bondurant. Chloe Thirlby will be out, and then they're going to go with Grace Bergeson. Obviously, Molly Breeding now moves to first. Bryn Acton in the circle. Grace Bergeson is now going to be the new hitter for Bondurant. Bergeson, 10 hits this year. She's played and started in almost all games this season. 10 hits, all of which are singles, 5 RBIs, 2 walks, 10 strikeouts, and a .222 average. We'll let Bryn warm up. We'll be back in just a second. Alrighty, Grace Bergeson steps into the box here for Bondurant. First time she is in tonight. Bryn Acton now pitching. Runners on second and third with 2 outs. Bondurant and Winterset going at it here. 5-4 lead for the Huskies. Bondurant put up 3 in the top of the third. Winterset responded with 5. Now the Blue Jays have 1 back. Out and away, ball 2. Acton trying to settle in here. Tough to jump into the game cold. She was warming up just a little bit there in our half-inning break. 2-0 pitch is low. Akers is able to stop it in its tracks. Now Bergeson really doesn't even have to swing this next at-bat if she doesn't want to, with the count being 3-0. 3-0 pitch by Acton. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Bergeson went for it. Three balls and 1 strike here for Acton. That's low. Akers stops it, and it's a walk, and the bases will go loaded. Peyton West, she singled to right her first time up, grabbed an RBI. Acton misses again, 1 ball and no strikes. Acton, 1-0 pitch. Can't get the zone that she wanted. With bases loaded, got to be careful. Need this out right here with 2 down. 2-0. That one catches the bottom of the zone. Strike 1. Up against Peyton West. Runners cover the base paths. Both teams have had that now happen tonight. 2-1 pitch, low and away. It'll go 3-1. Acton been struggling with a couple shin injuries here, just trying to settle back in here. 3-1 pitch. That one is sent on line to left field. That's going to be down foul. Now it evens the count back up at 3-2, and the Huskies trying to get away without giving up more than 1. And with the bats the way they were working in that last half inning, they got to be feeling somewhat confident if they get back on offense here. (3-2), low and a ball. And a runner will walk home. 5-5 is your score. Back-to-back walks for Acton. And it will bring up the pitcher, as we're also going to have a courtesy runner here. Chloe Thirlby, who was batting, is going to come out and run on second base. So we'll see how that shakes out. Bases loaded for Jackie Boss. Boss singled in the third, popped out in the second. She grounds that one right back to Acton. She'll throw on to first in time for out number 3. Boy, we're in for a barn burner. Bondurant leaves the bases loaded, but scores 2. We're tied 5 apiece, headed to the bottom of the 4th. You're watching the Winterset Huskies Digital Network. Welcome back to the Winterset Huskies Digital Network. We have got a barn burner on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. A 5-5 game between Bondurant and Winterset. Where are we at? We are back to the top of the batting order. Winterset batted all the way around in the 3rd inning. Scored 5 after trailing 3-0. Now we sit 5-5. Avery Darlings leads us off here. She tripled and got the hitting going in that 3rd. She's going to send this one a line right to the second baseman. Throw on to first is in time for out number 1. A 3-up, 3-down would feel refreshing at this point for any team. Bondurant did go 3-up, 3-down pretty much on a double play, if you will, in that 1st inning. Macy Olson is now going to step into the box. I don't know. This is an interesting choice. McKenna Olson has already singled twice tonight, as that one's going to catch the zone for Boss. But Macy Olson, her twin sister, will come in. 300 hitter this year. So, no McKenna. They'll go back to Macy. That one's outside for ball 1. I don't know if McKenna hurt something or what, but I will trust the coach that's won several state titles. So 1-1, foul back into the net. No worry about the sun tonight. Sun has completely gone down. I swear, there's got to be smoke up in the atmosphere though, because it just doesn't feel. It looks overcast kind of, but it's not. 1-2, grounded right back to Bosch. She'll throw on to first easily for out number 2 against Macy. And this should be Neela Applegate, and it is up to bat. Neela popped out in the 1st, walked in the 3rd. Trying to get those bats back going here for the Huskies. First pitch to Applegate. Tough swing and a miss. Hard swing and a miss for strike 1. Next time you'll see us in action here on the Winterset Huskies Digital Network next Tuesday. Dowling Catholic comes to town. 0-1 pitch, low for ball 1. And that's it for next week. A rare 1-game week here for the Huskies. One grounded hard down the left field line. Let's talk about the Raccoon River Conference standings earlier. Carlisle and North Polk lead away. North Polk 8-1 in the conference, 15-3 overall. Carlisle 7-1, 16-2 overall. ADM actually is third, as that one's set on a line right over top of the shortstop's head. Neela Applegate is down with a hit. First hit of the night. ADM actually 12-7 overall. They are 6-3 in the conference. Winterset is fourth, tied with Bondurant at 5-4. Gilbert 3-4 in the conference, but 11-4 overall. They are ranked. Ballard, Boone, and Carroll bring up the rear. Carroll yet to win a game yet in the conference. Trying to get things rolling there. It's kind of been a weird season. Obviously, the Raccoon River is good again, as we expected. Could very well get 3 teams, as that one's popped up by Acton. Second baseman roams over and makes the grab for out number 3. 1 left on, nobody scores. We're headed to the 5th, tied at 5. Bondurant and Winterset. We'll be right back. You're watching the Winterset Huskies Digital Network. Welcome back to the Winterset Huskies Digital Network. Tied at 5 here in the 5th inning. Huskies trying to get something going here. Defensively, slipping just a little bit. Gave up 3 runs in the 4th. Brent Acton kind of waving back here as Lexi Havlovic is in the box. She's already thinking bunt. She goes back outside. Winterset must have her scouted because Bryn turned around and waved out to Allie Soderberg. You might have seen it on stream. She was kind of telling her to move back in a little bit. Third baseman Bailey Acton's playing up. Acton's low. Bryn hopped in the last half inning for Molly Breeding. She walked 2. Tough 4th inning. That one's in there for strike 1 against Havlovic. Two one in there for strike 2. Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody on. Havlovic swings through and misses for strike 3. Gracie Forney into the box. Nope, not Gracie Forney. Brooklyn Robin. Or Robin. I'm going to say Robin. Brooklyn Robin will come in and bat. Robin, a freshman, she's batted a lot this year. She just didn't get the start tonight. 6 hits, 1 home run, 5 RBIs, a 146 hitter. First pitch she sees, fouls back behind us. So we've had 2 new batters come in for Bondurant. Grace Bergerson and Brooklyn Robin, both for the Blue Jays. And their roster's not huge by any means. Strike 2, good pitch by Acton. Nobody on, 1 out. Both teams trying to have quick innings here after wild 3rd and 4th innings. 0-2 pitch by Acton. Swing and a miss. Tough swing and a miss. 2 strikeouts back-to-back for Brand, and they'll go back to the top of the batting order. Mallory Nickel is having herself a night. Nope, I lied. We're going to Addie Grosk. I just looked at the bottom of my scoring chart. Grosk reached on an error in the 3rd, popped out in the 4th. Two outs, nobody on here for the left fielder. That first pitch is right down Main Street for strike 1 for Acton. Things have calmed down here in the 5th. That one's low and away. Good stop by Akers. That's one thing tonight. Akers has not hit tonight. She's been in and out of the batting order a bit. But I'm just now looking at it. This is the first game this season Akers is not hitting for the Huskies. So a couple changes there on the offensive side. And she's been starting to figure it out. She had a couple hits in the last couple games we've called on here, but trying to get her settled in the catcher's position and kind of sitting in the flex position, if you will, is what they gave us. Rise ball upstairs, 2 balls and 2 strikes for Bryn in the circle. Acted 2-2, fouled right back into the net. What's our score update from baseball? 13-2, Bondurant on top. So that game will be ending probably real quick. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yep, so top of the 5th. So Winterset will have to score a couple there to keep that one going. We started a little late here. It was weird because on Bound it said 7 o'clock start tonight. We did not start at 7 o'clock. We started at 7:30. So just about an hour and a half in. As there's a strike 3. How about Bryn Acton? 3 batters faced, 3 strikeouts. Starting to get things rolling here on defense. 5-5, we're headed bottom 5. Winterset and Bondurant. You're watching the Winterset Huskies Digital Network. We are in the bottom of the 5th inning. Winterset and Bondurant tied at 5. I was thinking we were going to be in for a barn burner, but things calmed down just a little bit. So both defenses started to get going. The pitchers started to get rolling, so you never know. We could be in for a different changer here as we roll throughout. Jackie Boss still in the circle. Molly Breeding up to bat here. She popped out and walked tonight. She fouls this one back behind us. Both these teams trying to get an advantage in the conference. Tied for 4th overall at 7-4 apiece. A 1. Breeding gives it a ride. Left field caught. Good roaming grab by the left fielder out there, Addie Grosk. Summer Little singled in the 3rd, or 2nd, excuse me, singled in the 2nd to left field, up to bat. Little, awkward chopper, tough play for the shortstop, and she's got it. Well, I tell you what, if I was filling out all teams for the Raccoon River Conference, Nikayla Davis would be pretty high up on that list for a possible first-team ballot because she has played incredibly well at shortstop tonight. Really has not made a mistake. She's been all over it. Good play there to grab the out. Bailey Acton now into the box. Two outs, nobody on. Acton holds back. She was leaning, though, in there for strike one. No balls, one strike. This one shot foul down the left field line. Quickly goes behind, 0-2. Acton has singled twice tonight, trying to keep that streak going. 0-2. Ooh, gave it a ride deep left field, and it is foul. But, man, she got a hold of it. Yeah. I still see people park their cars over there. It's not safe if you park right up against that, right up against the fence line. You could get hit with a foul ball. Acton settles back in. No balls and two strikes. This is Bailey Acton. She gives it a ride to shallow center. It will drop. Second baseman couldn't quite get there. And Acton is 3 for 3 on the evening. Ashlyn Devine into the box. She singled her last time up. Popped out in the second.
Fielder number 1, Ashlyn Devine.
So you got a runner on first with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Devine holds back. Strike one by Boss. Boss, one of just 2 pitchers for the Blue Jays this season. That one's going to just miss for a ball. Chloe Thurlby is the other pitcher in action, but get this, she hasn't come in and relieved at all this year. She started in 6 games and she's played in 6 games, so she has not come in as a reliever. So it seems like for Bondurant, most of the time, they're going to hold back and run everybody through. That one's a short grounder on to second. That's going to be in for out number 3. Winterset leaves one on, can't do anything with it. Quick 5th inning. We're on to the top of the 6th. 5-5 is your score. We are in the top of the 6th inning. Bondurant and Winterset tied at 5 apiece. And Nikayla Davis will step up to bat. Where in the world are we on this chart? Because Gracie, Forney. All right, well. Nikayla Davis will step up to bat. I don't know where we're at in this lineup, but that's a strike. Nikayla has hit a double in the 3rd and a single in the 4th. I don't know where I'm off. Davis lines it down the left field line, and that's going to be down for a single. Boy, she is at shortstop and in the batter's box. She has been incredible. And she's only an 8th grader. Okay, well, good luck. Good luck to everyone going forward. Nikayla Davis has just blown me away. Only an 8th grader. She's unbelievable. Somebody sprayed so much bug spray, it's now wafted back into the press box, and I can just really smell it. It smells good, but it's like, I don't know who sprayed so much bug spray. My goodness. Jeez. Brent Acton misses outside for ball 1. So who's this? This is Mallory Nickel. Man. So Addie Gross must have struck out. And then Nikayla Davis went. Brooklyn Robin went in. That one's going to be chopped short. Throw back on to first. Nope, they're going to get the tag. Did she get the tag? Yes, she did. Okay. Umpire wasn't calling it. So Mallory Nickel is now out. So I must have missed Gross there. So, all right. Runner advances to second with 1 out. Maya Elliott will step into the box. She's got 2 hits tonight. Could be 3. She reached on an error in the first. Elliott holds back. Ball 1. Well, Winterset walked off Sadell on Tuesday night. And this is feeling like one of those games that either team could win in a later inning heroics. 1-0, slap foul down the left field line. Winterset won the first game of the season between these two teams. 4-1, 1-1, shot foul down the left field line. Acton held back. Go behind the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Crucial second out here for the Huskies. And Bryn Acton, if she can get it. The runner on second. Upstairs, good stop by Akers. Count runs even at 2 apiece. Two by Acton. Upstairs, Akers holds it down. Count is full at 3-2. Runner on second, full count pitch. Foul down the left field line. Good stop in front by Maya Elliott. Bondurant jumped out 3-0 in the third. Then Winterset responded with 5 in the third, bottom of third. Then Bondurant tied it up, and that's how we sit here, 5-5. That one is low for a ball. Acton can't get the call, and runners will go to first and second with just 1 out. So now Chloe Thurlby will come back up. And it was Grace Bergenson in this spot. So now they're going to go back to Chloe Thurlby.
Designated player number 2, Chloe Thurlby.
They are everywhere. First pitch by Acton misses outside. Thurlby, a .433 hitter, 13 hits, 2 of which are doubles and 4 RBIs. She's only struck out 3 times. She had 2 pop-outs tonight so far. And Acton is struggling here in the circle to catch the zone. She's walked 3 since she came in to pitch in relief for Molly Breeding. Now we have seen Coach Corcoran switch back up twice in a game, as that one's going to be chopped short, caught, throw on to third in time for out number 2. Good heads-up play by Neela Applegate. She grounds into a fielder's choice. Peyton West, speaking of walks, she is one of those walks. She's also singled to right tonight. Runner on second and first with 2 outs. And she gives it a ride, deep left field. Avery Darling can't make the grab. It is foul. You got a nice view of it right on the camera there. I'm glad the camera saw it because I could not see it. But Avery is okay. Chop right back up. 2-1. Just misses. She's hitting about that same spot. She just can't quite get the call she's looking for. One ball, one strike, 2 outs, 2 on for Bondurant. She goes to the same exact spot, no call. 2-1. Two balls, 2 strikes. Good strike thrown in there by Acton. Huskies trying to get out of this half inning here. 2-2. Somehow drop foul right there. That ball just didn't move. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 outs. 2-2 by Acton. That one is skied up, shallow left field. Darling gets there for out number 3. Good roam and grab by Avery Darling. 2 left on, nobody scores. We're headed bottom 6. Winterset and Bondurant tied at 5. 6th, tied at 5 apiece. Looked like we were going to be in for a high-scoring affair after those 3rd and 4th innings, but things have calmed down in the 5th, and now no score in the top of the 6th. We're headed bottom 6. Huskies can put a lot of pressure on Bondurant here. We'll see what they can do in the batting order. Number 9, Natalie Smith will come in and bat. I got to look up for a second who in the world she's batting for. Natalie, an 8th grader. Low for ball 1. Soderberg, she's in for Allie. Yep. Allie popped out twice tonight, so. I also think one thing, you're seeing so many subs for Winterset simply because you're playing so many games in a row. And then you got to prepare tomorrow, and Saturday you're going to be playing at least 2 times. That one's in there for strike 1 for Boss. One ball, 1 strike, nobody out, and nobody on. Inside pitch, 2-1. Natalie this season, no at-bats. This is her first at-bat of the year. She grounds it right to the 3rd baseman, throw on to first in time for out number 1. I was just looking up. I'm like, has she bat this year? No, she hasn't. We're back to the top of the batting order. Avery Darling had a triple in the 3rd, which led off the big 5-run inning for the Huskies. Let's see if she can do it again. She also made a heck of a grab out in left field that last half inning. First pitch to her is out and away for ball 1. Beautiful night at the ballpark, besides the bugs that I've seen players swatting out and whatnot. 1-0. Way inside. Darling backs out of the way. Avery came into tonight 397 hitting. She'll still sit under that 400 mark unless she can grab a hit here. 2-0. That one catches the zone inside for strike 1 for Boss. Two 1 by Boss. Darling chops it short. Second baseman hops on top of it and makes the play. The speedy Darling could not quite get there. Out for out number 2. Well, we'll see. Now they're going back to McKenna Olsen. So it was Macy Olsen. Now McKenna Olsen steps back into the box. Maybe not. Nope. Corcoran's just saying we're going back to McKenna. So McKenna Olsen will step up. Which, again, we thought it was interesting because McKenna, up to this point, had 2 singles and 2 at-bats, and then Macy came in. So just wanted to go with it. So McKenna now back in. So McKenna in the box with 2 outs. Nobody on. First pitch by Boss. Misses for a ball. Thought maybe she caught the zone there. 1-0. Olson chops it down the left field line, foul. Looking like this thing's going to go down to the 7th and be decided either in the 7th or extras. These two teams have tightened up after the 3rd and 4th inning. Not many mistakes have been made between them. 1-1 out and away for ball 2. Winterset obviously on Tuesday night, last home game, coming off the walk-off against Sadell. And the win on Monday against Carroll, 2-1. Olson goes for it, down and away for 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two-two is the count with 2 outs. Boss trying to get the punch out here and go to the 7th. 2-2 to Olson. Low in the dirt and bounces. Looks like it caught the umpire's hand. Either caught his hand or caught his foot. Bondurant will call time. They'll have a chat in the infield here. I think it was more just have a chat with the umpire being nicked in the hand. So I'll take a quick timeout here, get things straightened out with the count full at 3-2. Hila Applegate on deck, and if Winterset goes down here at this at-bat, it's not a bad lineup to face in the 7th for the Huskies. Because you got Neela on deck, so we'll see what happens. There's time called again by Mackenzie. She's going to take her time here. Think about this one. 3 balls and 2 strikes is the count. Full count pitch on the way. Chopped on a line down the left field line. Foul. Boss trying to finish it out here and send this thing to the 7th. Still knotted at 5 apiece. The defenses have showed up in the last couple innings. 3 balls and 2 strikes on the way, and Olson swings through on the changeup. And that will do it for the 6th. We're headed top 7. Buckle up, we're tied at 5. You're watching the Winterset Huskies Digital Network. Welcome back to the Winterset Huskies Digital Network. We are in the top of the 7th. Things are getting down to it here between the Huskies and the Blue Jays.
Number 23, Jackie Boss.
Jackie Boss will lead off the Blue Jays here. Singled in the 3rd. Popped out the rest of her at-bats tonight. These two teams, winner of tonight moves to 4th or solidifies a 4th spot in the standings overall in the Raccoon River. Good pitch by Acted in there for strike 1. Both these teams 7-4 in the conference. Trailing ADM, North Polk, and Carroll. Boss pops it up. Olsen underneath it and makes the grab for out number 1. That's about the perfect quick out you can get if you're Bondurant. Hitting-wise, the Huskies really calmed down since that outspurt in the third. If I look at it, since the third inning, they only have 2 outs. They had 5 hits, or two hits. They had 5 in the other. Bryn's checking with her infield here with Lexi Havlovic in the box. She chops this one short, picked up by Bailey. Throw on to first. Boy, quick instincts by the senior there to go and make the play. 2 quick outs. And Gracie Forney, who has struck out twice tonight, will come into bat. So no Bergson, no Robin. Bergson walked earlier in this position, but they'll go to Forney here with 2 outs quickly down. First pitch in there for a strike. Acton settling in, 0-1. Catches his own strike 2. Bryn's on it here to start the 7th. 0-2 pitch. Outside. Good eye. Goes to 1-2. Forney this season. 167 hitter. 5 hits, one of which was a double. 1-2 pitch by Bryn. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 3 quick outs. We're headed bottom 7. Can the Huskies grab their second walk-off in a week? Find out. You're watching the Winterset Huskies Digital Network. Welcome to the bottom of the 7th inning. Winterset and Bondurant tied at 5 apiece. It's make or break time for the Huskies. 1 score, and they win. Neela Applegate will lead the Huskies off. You know how I said Winterset was on a home run drought? Well, this be a great time to break it. Jackie Boss has pitched a pretty good full game tonight in the circle. She has been through adversity back and forth. She gave up the 5 spot in the 3rd, but has responded well and really hasn't given up much ever since. Neela Applegate in the box, singled and walked tonight and then popped out. First pitch she sees is low and away in the dirt for ball 1. Huskies just walked off Sadell with a walk-off single on Tuesday night, so they've been in this position before. And trailing before. Trailed in the Sadell game, they won that. Trailed in the Clark game, they won that. Trailed in this game. Trying to win this one. 1-0 pitch to Applegate. Low, she's holding back as that one's in the dirt. Just trying to find ways to win games here at the end is what the Huskies are all about. Nobody out, nobody on. Applegate, ooh, pops it back. Foul, just gonna fall into the bleachers. Huskies haven't had a hit since the 5th, and that was Bailey Acton, so trying to get something going here on this little bit of a cold spell. Like I said, Jackie Boss has pitched really well in the last couple innings. 2-1 pitch. Applegate fouls it right to the dugout, and the count will run even at 2-2. Do we have an update from baseball? What? What? 13-8. Cardiac Huskies over there. What's going on? Oh my gosh. Winterset was down 13-2 last time I checked. Oh, 13-9. Oh my goodness. 2-2 pitch to Applegate. She reaches out. Second baseman hops on top of it and grabs the first out of the at-bat. Well, dang. How about that? Bryn Acton in the box. Single to right her first time up tonight, or second time up tonight, I should say. She's popped out the other two. Bryn, 1 home run this season. Pretty good time for one right now. Sophomore batting .446. Gives it a ride. Right field. Right fielder underneath of it and makes the grab for out in number 2. Well, I don't think Winterset has gone to extras this season, so this would be a first if I'm not mistaken. Molly Breeding in the box. She started out pitching tonight. She's walked and popped out twice. That's how her night's gone. First pitch by Boss. Catches his own for strike 1. Umpire likes that far corner. Inside corner, not as much. No balls, 1 strike. Breeding chops it short. Davis on top of it. Throw on to first. First baseman can't hang on. Drops it. Davis had a little bit too much zip on it. And it had to be zip because Breeding was flying to first. So she will reach on an error. And that brings up Summer Little. And it looks like we're going to have a courtesy runner. Can't quite tell who the runner is going to be. It is going to be Bristol Tadlock. She even turned and showed the jersey. How nice. I know she was showing it to the umpire, but how about it? So Tadlock will go on to first. She is pretty speedy. Speedy 8th grader. We'll see what she can do. A double wins the game for Winterset, for Summer Little. You get a good double here with Bristol on first. You never know. And at this point, does Coach Corcoran stay aggressive? He's going to check with the Bondurant dugout here. Make sure everything's good. Checking their sheets. So Summer Little in the box. She had a single in the second tonight and popped out the other 2 at-bats. First pitch to her is upstairs. The Rivas ball misses for ball 1. What a game it's been between these two teams. Both battling out for the 4th spot in the Raccoon River Conference. 1-0, upstairs 2-0. Bristol gets back just in time. Is the count. Ahead in it. Little watches that one go right down the middle for strike 1. Two-1. Breeding skies it, underneath of it, and the catch is made. And just like that, 3 outs, 1 left on. We are headed to extras. 5-5 is your score. Welcome to Extras here at Winterset High School. The first Extras game of the season here for the Huskies. Bondurant and Winterset. Or excuse me, 7 wasn't enough. Blake Walker with you here this evening on the Winterset Huskies digital network.
Now batting number 24, Bella Dix.
7 was not enough. And Bondurant back up to bat. Bella Dix, the 8th grader, is up to bat. Bondurant has used so many batters tonight. This is Bella's first time in. Bella this season making her 4th appearance, 6 at-bats, 1 hit. It was a single. It was an RBI. 167 batting average. She swings through and misses for strike 1. Bryn Acton still in the circle. She's really started to fall into her comfort zone, but the only problem is Jackie Boss for Bondurant, well, she's also slipped into her comfort zone. Both pitchers are really pitching well after those hectic 3rd and 4th innings. 1-1, swing and a miss outside for strike 2. One, 2. Misses low for ball 2. Dix settles back in, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fouls it down the right field line and over to the other field. Nobody out, nobody on. 2 balls and 2 strikes upcoming by Acton. Grounded right back to Bryn, and she makes the grab. It did not hit the ground, and Bryn Acton with a heck of a play. That could have easily been a single right back up the middle. Take a look at the replay. It never touches the ground and just drops into her lap. And that is just how you need it. So, that was out. This is Davis. At this point, you might just want to walk Nikayla because she has gone 3 for 3 on the night, all of which very solid hits out to the outfield. A double and 2 singles. She sends that right past the second baseman, and Davis is 4 for 4 on the night. My goodness, unbelievable. Unbelievable showing.
Third baseman, number 21, Mallory Nickel.
We're back to the top of the batting order. Mallory Nickel, the third baseman. She has 2 hits tonight, a double in the first and a single in the third. 1 out down. Huskies looking for that big second out here. That one grounded up the middle. That's going to be down for a hit, and runners will be on first and second with 1 out. Nickel with her 3rd hit of the night. Maya Elliott has gotten on base all 4 times tonight. Reached on an error in the first, singled in the third, doubled in the fourth, walked in the 6th. One out, 2 on for the Blue Jays. Acton outside misses. 4-1. For how many stolen bases the Blue Jays have had this year, they have not tried to run tonight on the Huskies. Granted, Carly Akers has been pretty good this year at keeping runners honest. 1-0 in there for strike 1. Boy, you just feel better if you get that second out. Helps you breathe just a little bit. Late night here at the ballpark. This game is now just over 2 hours old. 1 ball, 1 strike by Acton. Slapped foul down left out of field. Maya Elliott settles back in. 1-2 on the way. Out and away. Good stop by Akers. Good catch by Akers. Umpire will look at the softball, and I don't think that softball is going to be used anymore. I think he's going to go over and get a new one. Yep, so I think that softball got tossed. I think it's been through too much damage. Everybody's been hitting the ball tonight. Wouldn't surprise me if a couple softballs have been dinged up. Runners on first and second here for the Blue Jays with 1 out. 2 balls and 2 strikes upcoming to Maya Elliott. Out and away, make it 3-2, and a big pitch upcoming. One of the biggest pitches of the ball game. 3-2. Foul tip back. Elliott's going to hold on for all it's worth here. Winterset, next time they come up, we'll get Bailey Acton, Ashlyn Devine, and then assuming Allie Soderberg, but it could be Natalie Smith. 3-2 pitch is low, and ball 4, and the bases will go loaded for the Blue Jays with just 1 out. And Coach Baker's going to come and have a courtesy runner. Elliott's second walk of the night.
Now batting number 4,
Grace Bergensen. She walked earlier tonight. She steps up to bat. Thought it was going to be a courtesy runner. She was actually just bringing in Bergensen. I think so. I don't know. They made so many adjustments. I can't keep up. Strike in there by Acton. Acton just misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. One out, bases loaded. This one's chopped short, throw on to first in time for out number 2, but the Blue Jays take the lead 6-5 of the Huskies on a fielder's choice, or a sacrifice, I should say, by Grace Bergeson. Peyton West in the box now. Singled in the third. That one grounded back up the middle, and that's going to score a couple. 1 run is in. Second run comes in. Play at the plate is safe. Akers couldn't get there in time, and the Blue Jays blow this thing open 8-3 in the top of the 8th. Jackie Boss, excuse me. So Boss will settle in, runner at first, and 2 outs. Huskies just couldn't get that third out, and the Blue Jays putting it together here. Swing and a miss for strike 1 for Boss. That one just snuck back past Bryn Acton's foot, and that was all she wrote. 0-1 is low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Huskies obviously still get a chance in the bottom of the 8th. Boss fouls this one back. Got to give credit to the Blue Jays. They have just hung around, took the lead, took the 5-0 hit in the third and responded well. And that one's grounded back up with the middle by Boss, and the hits continue to pour on. Bondurant just not missing here. Seeing beach balls at the plate. Looks like we're going to have another courtesy runner. Number 25, Claire Mislon, will come on and run. First pitch is in there for strike one up against Lexi Havlovic. This one grounded foul down the left field line. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Havlovic flies this one back into the stands. No balls, 2 strikes. Acton trying to get out of the half inning here. Pitch on the way outside for ball 1. Well, we've seen the Huskies rally twice in the last 2 weeks. They're going to need one here in the 8th. Trying to limit damage here. This one's popped back foul into the bleachers again. Havlovic's holding in tough here. She's popped out 3 times and struck out tonight. Looking for her first hit. 1-2. Good catch upstairs by Akers. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. That one ripped on a line down the left field line, and it will be foul. Good contact, though, on it. Softball game still going on. Baseball game still going on. What's our score update over there? Still 18-9. Oh, my goodness. Plenty of points over there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Acton. Got her. Strike 3. That will do it for the top of the 8th. Bondurant puts up 3. The Huskies are going to have to get some work done. We're headed bottom 8. Bondurant leads. You're watching the Winterset Huskies Digital Network. Welcome back to the Winterset Huskies Digital Network. If you're a Winterset fan, it's time to get the rally caps on. Bondurant leads Winterset 8-5 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Bailey Acton will lead us off here. Bailey tonight 3 for 3, so there's no one better technically to start it off. Jackie Boss in the circle. She has pitched a heck of a game. She only has 1 strikeout, but just the ability to hang in tight has been a big factor, as that one's low for a ball. Winterset has rallied behind twice in the last week with Clark and Sadell. Can they do it again tonight against Bondurant? 1-0 pitch inside, ball 2. Huskies have been on quite the tear. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, playing all days this week. It's been a gauntlet. They'll play tomorrow and Saturday in Fort Dodge. Really no rest for the Huskies. Trying to get one here at home, as that one's in there for Boss for strike 1. Acton settles back in. 2 balls, 1 strike, nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th. Acton foul, tips it back. Count goes even at 2-2. This be a heck of a win for Bondurant. Like I said, they've just kind of had the up and down season, but they've been hanging around. I mean, 7-4 record in the conference, 11-9 overall. They've played another difficult schedule, just as everybody does in the Raccoon River. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Acton chased after it. And the first out is down here in the 8th. Ashland Devine in the box. Take a look at Bondurant's schedules. Their losses: Ballard, Winterset, Williamsburg, and Muscatine, who are unbelievable teams. North Polk, who's unbelievable. Carlisle, they only lost 3-1. Creston, Earlham, Des Moines, Roosevelt, all very good teams that Bondurant has lost to. They are 6-8 against top 10 opponents as Devine goes for a bunt. They've played more above 500 opponents than they have below 500. They've played 14 out of their 20 games are opponents above 500. Just 6 of them are opponents below 500. And the record of their opponents combined, 261 wins, 162 losses. That is insane. Devine gives it a ride, shallow left field, underneath of it, and making the grab for out number 2. One more out left for the Huskies. And I think, is it going to be Smith or is it going to be Soderberg? It is going to be, nope, they're going to roll with number 9, Natalie Smith. Natalie popped out her last time out. Huskies down to their last out. First pitch to Smith, holds back for ball 1. This one kicked off at 7:30, closing in on about 2.5-hour ball game. It's been a lot of scoring. Bondurant's bats have been going. There's a good good strike by Boss. She's been incredible. Kayla Davis has also been just very good. 4 for 4 in the night for her for Bondurant. A lot of great plays in the infield. 1 ball, 1 strike, out and away for ball 2. Overall, Bondurant has just come to play tonight. And early errors kind of hurt the Huskies. Obviously, the rally in the 3rd to take back the lead, but ever since that, Bondurant has shut the Huskies down. 2-1. Did she go? Yes, she did. Strike 2. Smith settles back in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. On the way. And holds back for ball 3. Avery Darling is the one on deck if needed for Winterset. Full count, 3-2 on the way. Pop back foul into the bleachers. So Smith will hold on here. Try not to keep this thing from ending too early. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pitch on the way. This one popped back up the middle. Center fielder underneath of it and making the grab. Bondurant upsets number 8 Winterset on the road. 8-5 is your final score in extras. The Blue Jays get the win. They will move to 12-9 on the season. The Huskies will fall to 14-8 on the season overall. We'll be back in action next Tuesday here on the Winterset Huskies Digital Network as Dowling Catholic comes to town. Until then, we will see everyone next time. For Blake Walker, Alan Hansen, our production crew, we appreciate everyone for watching. Bondurant defeats Winterset. 8-5 is your final score. Have a good night, everyone. Go Huskies.